Good morning, YouTube. Let me tell you what's been going on. I haven't spoke to y'all in a couple of days. So I want to tell you what happened on the train yesterday. This is how far individuals go to delay, to stagnate me, and stop me. And this reach is coming from people with power. Because there's no way on God's green earth that I get on the train, the E train, it stops at Roosevelt. They said, oh, it's a malfunction, right? Okay, cool, that happens. But there's announcements, right, that come with that. So announcement was made, oh, there's a little malfunction. This train is going out of service. This E train is going out of service. It's going back to the yard. You have to get off at Forest Hills, catch the E to F train. Now, he said the next E to F train. The E to F train, they're running. However, the conductor clearly said there was a malfunction with the train. He said there was a malfunction with the train. Fine. He gave that announcement. He didn't give no other announcements, right? No other announcements. So I got off. Everybody got off at 71st and Continental. On the other track, the F train came, which normally the M and the R stops on the other side, across, on the other side on the track. But the F train came. So still, there was no announcements that there would be any delays, that we have to get off the train again, or we have to go upstairs to catch the shuttle bus. No announcements, right? Boom, I get off. I get on the F train, and it passed Briarwood, then it went to the Van Wyck. And I get off at the Van Wyck, and I let two F trains go by, because on the Van Wyck and Briarwood, the E and the F train come there. So I get off because I want the E train, right? Boom. Waiting. So all of a sudden, in the middle track, I see the E trains flying by. 1 E train, 2 E train, 3 E train, 4 E train. So I'm like, wow. So the E trains is no longer, the E trains are no longer stopping at the Van Wyck. Not the Jamaica Van Wyck. It's the Van Wyck, then it's the Jamaica Van Wyck. I'm at the Van Wyck where the E and the F train does stop there. The E and the F train stops at Briarwood, the Van Wyck, Jamaica Van Wyck, something, and then a Jamaica Center. I'm going to make a part 2 to this video because the short is getting ready to run out.